It should feel like victory, but something's missing, and the silence under your helmet makes it louder. It clicks, hesitates. You do too. A pause long enough to wonder why this doesn't feel like the dream. This bike was everything you wanted, but the ache remains, and no exhaust note can cover it. You thought upgrading meant fulfillment, but somehow the old ones still haunt you more than the dream ever healed. Chapter 1. The garage goes quiet. You used to ride every night. Now it just sits there, waiting for excitement you no longer rush to find. It used to be a trigger. Now it's just a silent ornament. Too clean, too still, too much. It's charged, tuned, ready. But somehow it feels more like museum piece than machine. A trophy, not a ride. You don't even glance anymore. It used to pull your focus like gravity. Now it fades into the walls. The new ones feel stiff, expensive, but the broken pair still feels like you, like roads you haven't met yet. It roared for a second, but that flicker died, just like the urge that once dragged you to the road. So few miles, so much buildup. You thought this would change everything, but now it just proves something's still missing. Sunset's perfect, roads are dry, but something in your chest doesn't move, and neither does the throttle. It's all here, power, presence, torque, but that emptiness lingers, like a passenger you didn't invite but can't shake. You thought getting the bike would be the end of the search, but maybe it was just the beginning. Chapter 2. You can't outride yourself. You pushed harder than usual, but speed only blurred your thoughts, didn't erase them. They clung tighter in the wind. You gear up like always, but the ritual feels hollow, like acting out a memory you no longer believe in. Even the sound is too loud. It doesn't stir excitement now, just pressure, like you're proving something to ghosts. You used to chase apexes. Now you cruise in the same gear, not lost, just not looking anymore. You thought being seen on this bike would fix the quiet inside, but the reflection only shows what's unchanged. You used to wave at every rider. Now you pass them with silent weight, unsure if you even belong anymore. Each motion slows, the ride's over, and that familiar sting creeps in. You didn't feel much of anything. The old jacket knew more of you than this new bike ever will. Pain was real. This feels like pretending. No one cares, but worse, you don't either. The spark inside that once roared now idles somewhere far away. You got your dream bike, but it didn't save you, because it never could. That was never its job. Chapter 3. The dream was never yours. You convinced yourself this was the one, but you were chasing someone else's dream, not your own echo. You wanted them to ask about it. They didn't, and the silence stung worse than if they hated it. You used to laugh during this, now it's maintenance, polishing something that shines brighter than it feels. You already know what they'll say, you just hoped hearing it again would make it feel more real this time. You thought buying the gear would complete the picture, but the image never matched the truth under your ribs. They ride it different, they look complete, and you're just a ghost watching, wondering if they feel what you can't. The old one fits better, not the head, the story, because this new version of you feels foreign. Beauty fades when you can't feel it. You used to park and breathe it in, now you just keep going. You gripped it like it might answer back, but this machine stays quiet, like all the others did. You bought the dream, but it never felt like yours, and now you're left holding the weight it carried. Chapter 4. What you were really chasing. That bike was junk, but it made you feel invincible. It wasn't the ride, it was who you were. It wasn't speed, it was belonging together. The moments between corners, when you felt seen without needing to explain yourself. The bike never mattered, the build did. The process, the effort, that's what made you feel like you had purpose. You didn't win, but you cared again. That mattered more than numbers. You felt like yourself for the first time. It wasn't about the ride. It was about giving it away, the joy, the fear, the truth of it. It's not the CCs, it's the connection underneath, the freedom you forgot, the laughter you used to carry inside. You thought you'd quit after that fall, but something deeper got up. You were never riding just for fun. You used to race every mile. Now you pause, to feel the wind, to remember what this really means. You weren't chasing a bike, you were chasing yourself lost, a version you haven't held since the first engine fired. You bought the dream. It didn't save you, but maybe, just maybe, it's still the beginning of who you become.